What the fuck is up? Malt liquor drinking community. Fucking missed out on the fucking Friday video yesterday. Gotta make it up with a Saturday morning malt motherfucking liquor video. Found these at my local store. They are the Juicy J Colt 45 24 ounce cans of malt liquor. They look good. I like it. It's another one to add to the fucking collection. And you can call Juicy J and try to go to his fucking family reunion. I don't give a fuck about that. That is not why we're here. We are here for a 24 ounce glass container of Colt 45 malt liquor. Did Billy the D, did Colt the 45, did malt the liquor. Will enjoy this glass container of malt liquor with the motherfucking label out for the fucking duration. Got Hermine or whatever coming through the fucking area. It started raining last night. I don't know, around 10 or 11 o'clock. Finished up raining this morning at shit, I don't know, 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. Now the winds are picking up, but it is in the low 70s. It is nice. I've got the motherfucking windows open. College football game day is on right now. It's gonna be a whole fucking day of college football, a whole fucking day of malt motherfucking liquor, and it's gonna be absolutely fucking epic. So, without further ado, let's get this fucking cap cracked and get some of this fucking malt liquor down the neck. Wonderful. And like I always tell you, that first hit of the day is going to be fucking outstanding and delicious. Malt liquor, malt liquor, malt liquor, malt liquor. Spent the better part of the morning while playing Xbox and shit, catching up on some videos. Took it upon myself to look into some other people that I hear people talking about. One is the Crazy Russian, better known as The Rules. I haven't watched any of his videos since Farkles said that he was the worst and he needed to shut it down. But I hear his name come up from time to time, so I was catching up with some of his crazy fucking videos. And there's entertainment value in that just because of how bad it is. So then, watching his videos leads you to another person, which is Todd. Or now has changed his name to Todd's Cooking Channel, Todd's Cooking Review, whatever it is. That dude might be more psycho than fucking Apocalypse. He said some shit in a video that I was watching a little bit ago. He showed a chair and his laptop, and he said he likes to sit there and pleasure himself while drinking bad beer that he's heated up by running the can or the bottle underneath the hot water in his sink. And like, I'm at a loss for words. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to say about that. Like, that's some next level craziness shit. You know, Apocalypse, you know, he's nuts and unhinged, and they'll talk about aliens and the Greys and shit like that. That's at least some shit that you can find 10,000 other videos talking about people talking about the Greys and the, you know, the Temple of Set and shit like that. You know, all them aluminum foil wearing people. But this guy, Todd, I mean, he's on some next level just weird, strange shit. Digress from that. Not 100% sure. Still trying to confirm it. But I believe that Wicked Brews is P. Glenn with the mask off. Malt liquor. I think that those two gentlemen just so happen to be Farkle's the same fucking person. If anybody else has any information on that, let me know, but I believe that those two men may be the same person. Not a bad thing, both of them, you know, while they drink different types of alcohol, they're both, you know, they look like they could be the same person. You know, both mildly entertaining, good to watch, you know, good people to subscribe to. What else? Seen Reggie still out there on his Tommy Boy Sucks channel, leaving long, whining comments on people's videos. As crazy as some of these people are, man, I still think that that guy is, how do I want to put this? Definitely still the most crazy. Definitely still the most, you know, unhinged from, like, reality. And one that could be potentially the most dangerous, because he's now talking about, you know, taking his Winnebago out, driving around the country and all that shit, and meeting people. Nobody wants to sit down with your crazy ass, man. You come around here, I'm gonna call the motherfucking police. Mother. Dude can't take some shit on YouTube, you know, as a joke. Imagine if somebody said some shit to him in real life, man, he'd pull a fucking gun out and try to start shooting people. Brandishing a firearm. And big fuck you shout out to the BDU. I don't know what y'all got going on. That's some stupid ass shit, man. And it makes me mad that it's forced people to make videos about it. I mean, we just had the doctor, the one and only Dr. Stephen Multern, drinking a bad beer. You know, and I know it's in like a tongue-in-cheek effort, you know, make a video at the BDU or whatever, but what the fuck? And then Troy's been gone, does his usual, get uncontrollably drunk, and then get the camera out and start talking a bunch of shit and upload it, only to take it back down and have to apologize and make a video later talking about, you know, yeah, I was drunk and said some crazy shit. I mean, how many times can that guy do that? I mean, not only on Facebook, I mean, not only on YouTube, but also in the Facebook groups that he's tied into, because, you know, I follow some of them, and it's like Troy will put up a video, and you know, if you see that motherfucker come up at, like, you know, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're like, man, you better watch this motherfucker now. Because he's going to take that thing down when he wakes up somewhat sober in the morning and realizes all the bullshit that he said. Also, Fear said there would be a BMT 40-ounce Fight Club video coming. Cannot wait for that. Good God, that might be the most anticipated yet. What else? You know how I do it, man. I turn the fucking creepy music on, mask up, get the 40 cracked, and I just let this shit start going. Let the malt get me thinking. Shout out to Moe's and Snowman. Caught up on some of their videos. Those two dudes and their friends up there, man, they're doing it right. They're having a good time. They're drinking the malt liquor in a timely manner. They're getting it down. They're competing amongst themselves to see who can drink and chug the fastest. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about enjoying it in any way that you can. If you can enjoy it and talk a bunch of shit and make a 20-minute video, that's what I want to see. If it takes the two of you chugging against each other and shit like that and having a good time, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, you know? Back, you know, 3-4 months ago when I was making videos, you know, every couple video, speed run, you know. Now, kind of laid back, but Tuesday I start back on night shift, so I would imagine that my video output will skyrocket, because by the time that I get home in the evenings, everybody in the house is asleep. I normally always have malts in the house or make a malt liquor run on the way home from work. So I can see that picking back up. That's where, you know, when I started camming up last year, I was in that work schedule, and kind of fits the MLDC video production. Also seen a thumbnail of Metal Moron's video. Said he was, what is it, the MLCBDC coming soon? Never gonna happen. Motherfucker understands all that craft beer shit is. So it's like, oh, what can I do to try to boost my viewership? I'll try to bring the malt liquor into it. Nah. True malt liquor people know when there's a fucking malt liquor poser on the horizon, and we tend to squash that shit out, get rid of it, move on to the next. Good to see everybody band together and shit talk the BDU, especially all them motherfuckers coming out of the woodwork. Honestly, that dude Cowboy, I've watched some of his videos, don't mind it. Good shit talker. Well, not really shit talker, but just, you know, rambling in a video talking about some shit. I don't mind that. But man, we ain't on here to drink muscadine wine. We ain't on here to drink Michelob Ultra. We're on here to drink motherfucking malt liquor. What the fuck? It's kind of a rambling rundown of whatever the fuck. Ought to start doing the state of things like fucking Mr. Met and them. I guess we could all do it, you know. Kind of your take on this week's MLV and, you know, YTDC output. Farkles won, you know, because that's kind of what I've done the past couple videos, you know, other than ones that have been about specific topics. But you know, I'll try to catch up on, you know, because I was working 410, so I was off on Fridays. So I'd sit down in the morning, try to catch up on whatever, and then I'd make a video talking about the shit that I seen, and that's what I'm doing right now. Caught up on a bunch of videos yesterday and today. Decided, hey, let's have a fucking 40. Let's catch up with my men over here. Shout out to, I think it's Lone Wolf 420. I don't know. He lives in somewhere, God, pisses me off because I've been liking his videos. I'll have to figure it out. He lives in California somewhere. I think he did a Juicy J video. I think it's Lone Wolf 420, but it might not be. But I think it is. So shout out to him. He makes great videos. He's been around, you know, making videos longer than I have, but I've been liking his videos. Got some good shit to talk about. Seen Brown Bag was back making a fucking video. He put the rest in peace out there to fucking rock bottom. Wherever you are, brother. Seen Jay Jones' video. Fuck Colin Kaepernick. I am a born and raised San Francisco 49ers fan. Lifelong. 32 motherfucking years. When I was born, it was the 49ers heyday. My parents were huge fucking 49ers fans. I grew up loving the 49ers through the good times and the fucking bad, which has been the past 20 years. Up until, you know, that 4-year span a couple years ago with Jim Harbaugh and that. But I also have to say, fuck you, Colin Kaepernick. You mixed-raced, adopted and raised by white people motherfucker that makes $19.7 million a year. Fuck you for this whole whatever you're trying to do, you know. I know you ain't starting no more, so it's like, shit, I gotta keep my name relevant somehow. But this motherfucker makes almost $20 million a year, and he's gonna talk about, well, not only that. Okay, let's think about this. Like Jay Jones said, he's been a talented athlete in football and baseball his entire life. He's always been the best player out there, the best player on the field. He's always gotten the, you know, money for this, money for that, you know, slide through some, you know, grades and shit like that. He's always gotten, you know, that type of treatment. And, you know, like I said, mixed race, adopted and raised by a white family. So you don't, you know, being raised like that, you don't think he lived in the ghetto and shit like that. He got a full fucking scholarship to, what is it, Nevada or wherever the fuck he played at. Drafted into the NFL, played a couple years, made decent money. Well, then he got, you know, 3 straight AFC or NFC championships, a Super Bowl appearance. Time to re-up on that contract. Motherfucker's making $20 million a year for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's, you know, a year and a half into that right now. But still, making that much money. And he's going to talk about the struggle. What motherfucking struggle has he ever had to endure in his life? Now, you know, stand up for what you believe in and shit like that. But if you ain't ever been through it and been a part of it, you can't look at it from the outside and say that shit. You know, that's the funny thing about, like, Tupac with his thug life. People forget that Tupac went to private schools and shit in New York and all these different places. And, you know, all that shit. Like, he won't live in that thug life. He won't having to do what, like, Biggie and them did. You know, selling fucking drugs to eat dinner. Selling fucking drugs to support his mom and his siblings at home. Selling drugs on the corner to put diapers on his kid. Tupac never lived under that shit, man. It was something that it interested him. He was infatuated in it, so he immersed himself in that world. You know, so Colin Kaepernick now, he's outside looking in, talking about the struggle and oppression and shit. $20 motherfucking million a year, man. You ain't been oppressed for shit in your life. So don't tell me no bullshit about that, man. That's the thing that sucks about it. Because there are, shit, half the players in the NFL live that life. You know, the people down in fucking Miami and, you know, all these other places that live through that, and in them small towns in Mississippi and Alabama and Missouri and Louisiana. Like, those are the kids that, like, shit, man. You ever seen the Bo Jackson story and shit like that? Or you look at, you know, Jamarcus Russell, which was an NFL flop, but that dude came from shit and came into, you know, being drafted first round and shit like that. Like, those dudes have been through the fucking struggle. You know, Sean Taylor and them that can't get out of that thug life. Deshaun Jackson, you know, that have lived through it. Michael Vick that lived through all that stuff, and still, when he was making all that money in the NFL, he still couldn't leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some stuff that, like, you've been there, you dealt with it, and you just can't get away from it. Colin Kaepernick, man, motherfucker almost grew up with that silver spoon in his mouth, and now all of a sudden, you know, he's one of them dudes that's been lived through the fucking struggle. Nah, that's just some bullshit. I gotta quit running my mouth. Yeah, because I'm almost 20 motherfucking minutes in. This is some bullshit. I had planned on getting this thing down the neck and being done. But then, like I said, that malt liquor kicks in, man. You start thinking about shit, and it's like, fuck it, man. Let's talk about it. But, needless to say, I got a couple more 40s. I got this motherfucking Juicy J here. I would have to say I'll probably be back with another video. Hopefully much shorter. Swill, swill, swill. Did not read you this label. When you make a long video like this, you better not let none door foam in there. At no point did I druid any of this fluid. And shit. Until the next video, keep thinking, people.